What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. This time we're on episode 32. Last we left off, Kimberly has now been let out of prison, which I can only imagine is going to be a good thing for everybody. And Scar and gang are now off on their next quest, tagged along with a sort of messed up Dr. Marco. Scar uses alchemy on his face to deconstruct it and make him look a little bit less recognizable. Either way, they're off to do their own thing now, so I guess we're going to see how that goes for them. If you guys want to watch the next episodes right now, episode 33 is available on the Soul tier, and episodes far past that, at least a month in advance, are available on the Ascended tier. They're also the extended edition, meaning you get more reaction and more discussion to go along with every upload. Without further ado, let's jump straight into this episode, shall we? Let's go.
Yeah, you're right.
It does look like her.
What is that? Is that Iggy? Not quite.
Darling girl, isn't she?
It's definitely not her.
Yeah, I know.
First off, that's a dog, not a panda.
Some old lady and her stupid cat.
Okay, what? Or I guess it's a cat. I don't know.
Where are you hiding?
Xiaomei is just so happy to be back with Mei Chang. I want nothing for the best for Mei Chang. The Führer's son. Ooh, okay. A little bit of information on Salim, maybe. I know this is far in the past, but you guys have corrected me. Salim is adopted. They said that earlier, that homunculus can't have children. For some reason, I missed that. Or I forgot it. It happens.
Does he never give up?
But I know now. Thank you.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry about that, dearie.
No, ma'am, it was my fault, really.
That's an interesting outfit you're wearing. Where are you from, dear?
This is a very interesting looking character.
Is that right? You're here sightseeing? There's not much to look at in East City.
Is that somebody in disguise?
Take care, dearie.
Because, I mean, don't cancel me for it, but it doesn't sound like... It sounds like somebody in disguise. How do I say this? If that's just how they sound,
Like that.
then that's okay too. I'm just gonna shut up. Why does everybody think Xiaomei is a cat? Do people just not know what pandas are? Granted, pandas aren't ever that small, but you know.
Which way did he go? I know I heard footsteps coming from over that way.
So they're right. I forgot they're heading up north, sort of.
Look, over there.
Seems like a really good way to get shot, Scar. I don't. Could have probably done that from around the corner. He just wanted to look cool. He doesn't get style points if people don't see him do it.
He was seen with a middle-aged man who had black hair, right?
Yes, that's what it said in the report, sir.
Does Kimberly know about Marco? Probably, right?
It
Because
was yesterday.
him being involved with the Philosopher's Stone and all.
It's time to get to work.
So he really does got the whole fit on, doesn't he? All white is it's a look. What can I say? Not something I could ever pull off. I like wearing black and like 3 different colors. There's this person again. Yeah, turn around and look at him. Classic anime.
A suspicious woman. But that isn't my job.
Yeah, so who is this person? They can't just leave it for like 5 episodes without just like the salt in the wound, you know?
Looks like a funeral procession.
Well, this is the place for it.
It's quite depressing. When you reach my age, you think about it being you in the box instead of watching it go by.
Surely you can't worry too much about that. You still look plenty young to me. General Grumman, is that you?
Okay,
The plan was to meet in front of General
gotcha.
Grave, wasn't it?
I was like, it looked like somebody in disguise.
Now I see why you're known for being eccentric. That really is some get-up, sir.
Hey,
Eccentric?
you know,
I think
It's a
I'll
look.
take that as a compliment.
it kind of works.
Now, what is it you need?
Get the voice a little bit better, I would have not questioned it.
The The Central Senior staff have all turned, have they? You've gained some information, but you've lost too much doing it.
I didn't expect this person to be on his side, but
You can trust stripped away from you. You won't.
kind of cool that he is.
Yes, you've got it exactly, sir.
Even Raven, too.
Right, because he was the one that recommended him.
I came to Central and he asked me something. Something I found quite strange. He wanted to know if I'd be interested in a corps of immortal soldiers.
Immortals?
Huh. Not very discreet, are we, Raven?
You mean homunculi?
The idea of immortality is simply ridiculous. I told him as much and ended the conversation. And not long after that, I was transferred.
You mean you were demoted?
Indeed I was, and since then I've been stuck with the inglorious job of cleaning up the messes in the eastern area.
And speaking of messes, do you remember the difficulties that we had in Lior? A false priest
God.
for power.
What was his name? Cornello?
Alchemist uncovered his plan.
Right.
Yes,
I almost forgot about Cornello. What happened with all the rioting out east? I guess it's still going on, huh?
From the outset, forces from the east acted quickly.
They haven't touched that in a long time.
Under control. The peace in Lior was shattered. After the central forces appeared.
Right.
I expected you to come crying to me. When you sent me that note, I thought you just wanted some advice. But you're trying to get me involved in this too, aren't you?
Okay.
And you know
Yeah.
it's working. Since things are becoming so interesting over at Central Command, just when I thought my ambition was dead, I'm finding myself fired up again.
Nice.
Careful now. You don't want to mess up your makeup. Right, ma'am?
Oh my no.
These guys are so weird. I love them though. Okay, before we move on to the next scene, I want to talk about that whole graveyard talk. So last episode, whenever we saw Roy got that message through the chess piece, it immediately made me think of General Grauman. I believe that's his name. It's something similar. If I'm saying it wrong, you're just going to have to forgive me, correct me, or whatever. But anyways, I thought immediately of General Grauman because we've always seen Roy playing chess with him in the past, and also he was involved in recommending Sergeant Raven, or whatever his name was, the guy that kind of, you know, he's part of the council, not so trustworthy after all. But whenever he recommended that guy and that guy was how he was, it made me think that Grauman was kind of in on it too. But I guess not. I guess he just didn't know that they were like that now. But like I said, when I saw that chess piece come through, it really made me think of him, and I thought maybe they were communicating somehow. So he came back and talked a little bit about that conflict going on out east, out in Lior, where we met Cornello and that whole thing on episode, I guess it was episode 3. So long ago now. We got a little bit more information on everything going on out there. There was the rebellion and the riots that were taking place, the sort of uprising or whatever, people against people. We didn't really touch on that for a long time, which is interesting. If I recall correctly, lust, gluttony, and envy were instigators and all of that as well. Envy impersonated Cornello once again and sort of kept driving the fire, stoking the flames a little bit to make sure that rebellion was going on. But ever since then, and that was a long time ago, ever since then we have not touched on what happened out east in Lior. But like you said, whenever the eastern forces came in, apparently it calmed down the rebellion, and then Central went in, dismissed all of them, and then got it going back up again. I'm trying to think how the rebellion would be important at all for everything going on with Father and what he's planning on doing. If he's planning on sacrificing a lot of Amestris or whatever, I don't know why it would help that people are rebelling or what. I don't really know what's going on with that. I'm sure it's not the case, but to me, at least my assumption was that everything that happened out east was kind of, they thought, like maybe the author thought they were going to do more with everything out in Lior, but then ended up not. But I guess it is tied in. I don't know. Maybe we're going to get more on Lior or maybe not. It is interesting. I don't really know how it fits into the whole bigger picture. I don't really have the whole bigger picture put together. I just have a bunch of little puzzle pieces and I'm still trying to figure out how they all connect. Doesn't it seem a little bit short-sighted of Raven to ask somebody that he doesn't know if they'd want to be involved about the whole immortal soldiers and all that? Like, isn't that a pretty big leak for him to just say like, no? And then they demoted him, sure, but I mean, they still let him live. He still has this information. He still has a lot he can do with that. I mean, he's talking to Roy about it now, so he's clearly connected to things going on. Maybe not the best planning on the military's part right there. But at least with this, Roy isn't going back at this alone. I feel good knowing that. I feel good knowing that there's someone with a lot of experience that can be on his side, not someone that's just strictly a subordinate. Not that being a subordinate of Roy is like a bad thing, but I mean, at least he doesn't have to come up with everything and call the shots all on his own now. He can use the information that this guy knows from being in the military for like tens of years, right? He can do a lot more with him on his side, I feel like. Let's see what Ed's up to in the library. Maybe we'll meet that librarian girl that we haven't seen in 20 episodes again. Sheska, I think her name was. We haven't seen her in forever.
There's so little information available on alchemy.
Okay.
Great, I'm thinking we might as well go to Xing. It'd be hard. Crossing the desert in automail sounds hot.
I mean, you already kind of did it once. Oh, I thought it was gonna be Sheska. Hey, Armstrong.
There you are, Edward Elric. I found you.
I'm very okay with this development.
What do you want?
Shh, this is a library, you know. Quiet. I understand you're after a certain Xinghe's girl who possesses a strange black and white cat.
It's not a cat. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm wrong.
Colonel Mustang informed me.
I'm being gaslighted.
The word is the girl is headed north. According to an eyewitness, she departed by train from East City very recently.
That's confusing because Kimberly thinks they're going out west.
I appreciate it, Major. And thank the Colonel for me, too.
Is Kimberly just wrong?
There's more.
Or do they go west to north?
Take this.
What is it?
A letter of introduction, but it might not be much use. First thing, see her.
Or who? What do you mean?
Even further north than Northern Command, you'll find an officer nicknamed the Northern Wall of Briggs, who defends our border.
Is this the lady we've seen in the
Armstrong.
opening? Oh! Major General Armstrong?
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Wait, someone related to Armstrong?
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Surely not his mom, but like maybe his sister? Is she his sister? That would be cool. You seem kind of scared of her though. What are you gonna do? Jump? Damn, Scar really just has to get those Chris Angel, David Blaine style points, doesn't he?
Report to command.
How do you even jump on a moving train that fast?
Damn.
You're sure that would like kill you.
That May girl's use of long-range alchemy was pretty impressive.
Right.
We could use it. I should have asked her more about it.
I didn't even think about that. The fact that it wasn't connected. Oh, is that Salim?
Ling did say it was specialized for the medical field.
I hope you're not talking out loud.
You're wearing a full suit of armor. Does that mean you're the Fullmetal Alchemist's brother?
Yeah, I am.
Awesome! What are you studying? Something cool?
It's called alchemy.
Where does Salim fit in all of this? It just makes me even more suspicious, considering he's getting focus.
From Xing, huh?
I was thinking that I was maybe wrong,
Brother are always
considering
good enough at alchemy.
he's adopted,
He's here
but
in Amestris. Our country's a major alchemical power, isn't it? We've got all sorts of talented alchemists. So why would you guys look into the kind of alchemy they practice in a foreign country?
I can't tell him I'm trying to find a way to get my body back, or that we need to figure out how to fight against the homunculi.
which one of his dad?
Well, alchemistry's supposed to have a lot of medical uses, so I'm just doing some research to see if any of its properties can be used to save people's lives.
Not technically wrong.
Oh, that's just what I would expect an Elric brother to say.
Al! Hey, Al!
Huh?
Get ready. We're
It's-
leaving.
You gonna spoil it?
This is the library.
Is Ed gonna say too much?
Look, don't worry about it. I'll tell you everything on the way. For now, let's just get moving. First, we'll need to stop by the hotel. Hey, who's this kid?
Mr. Armor called you brother. Does that mean you're Edward Elric, the Fullmetal Alchemist?
Yeah.
Oh, cool! You are a tiny alchemist, just like everyone said.
Uh-oh.
What's that? Brat, say it again. Once more, I'll send you flying. Hear me? Your little body will go straight out into space.
That's true, too. You hate being called small, just like everyone says.
Step away from Master Salim.
No, wait! Don't shoot him!
Master Salim? Are you Salim Bradley?
Salim, the Führer's son?
Yeah, that's me.
I mean, if I was them, I'd be thinking maybe he would be an in to get information about Bradley that they would not give up easily. I don't know.
How did this happen?
Maybe that wouldn't work though.
I'm so sorry. It's just that Salim's been in awe of you for such a long time, Edward.
Huh? Me? Really?
Is the wife just normal as well? Does she not even know about Bradley,
My dream is to
what he really is?
And what kind of man is he?
An amazing man. His job is more demanding than anybody else's in the world. He spends all day, every day, thinking about the people of this country.
Of course he does.
The Führer's
Yeah,
duties
thinking
must
about-
keep him very busy all the time.
Killing him.
That is true. It's something he always insists upon. He's determined to work himself ragged. At his age, I'd prefer if he took it a little easier. It's nothing new. He's always been devoted to his work.
I mean, she seems pretty normal.
What he's good at. But then where women are concerned...
Oblivious, but normal.
He asked me out after that, and our first date was amazing. Oh, sorry. Listen to me babbling like a little schoolgirl.
This is interesting. I don't know what the purpose of this is, but just to make Bradley seem more human, I guess. Hey, what's up? Oh, he's mad.
Dad's home!
Hi, dear.
Hello, Daddy!
This will be interesting.
Hello there, my little one.
Because he
What are you
said
doing back home?
Salim won't be used as a point of weakness for him.
So I thought I'd check in on my family.
But he seemed kind of mad.
Are you wondering why he doesn't look like us?
No, sir. It didn't cross my mind.
Well, it's because we aren't related by blood.
We were unable to have any children of our own. So
Okay.
we adopted Salim, and he's our son now.
Did they say this beforehand?
Into a fine, devoted son.
Because I apparently missed it, but now they're saying it again.
Embarrassing me.
But it's the truth.
Maybe people told me before I was supposed to know. I don't know. Maybe not. What? It doesn't make them too big of a difference.
It's a side of you we're not used to seeing, that's all.
I see. But as you can tell, even a man like me has a family waiting for him at home. I'm sure, of course, it's quite different from yours.
Ooh. Take it easy.
Please, make yourself at home.
Salim does seem like a pretty normal kid, though. So what's the purpose then? I'm so confused and so conflicted.
Sad. Neither Salim nor his mother know what Führer Bradley really is.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it, does it?
Come on, let's go. We're headed north. We'll catch that obnoxious little brat and make her tell us everything she knows about alchemy.
So the big question I'm having right now is, where does Salim fit in all of this? Going back to what Bradley said before, Salim will never act as a point of weakness in his life. What does that mean? Does that mean he doesn't care about Salim the same way that Roy cares about Riza, for instance? Or that Ed cares about his family? And that's kind of the vibe I got from him saying like, oh, even I have a family. But this is probably not like yours or whatever. Maybe is that saying that like Ed cares about them and Bradley doesn't? Maybe that's what that means. Or maybe it could mean something else. I want to talk a little bit about what happened quite a few episodes ago now, about when we heard the voice of pride in Bradley's head. So I don't know if I've spoken on this before, but people are like, oh, you know, sometimes they reuse voice actors for different things. So just because it sounded kind of like Salim doesn't mean that it is Salim. And like, okay, fair point. But here, think about it from this angle, because this is how I've been thinking about it. If it was just like a normal generic sounding man's voice in his head pretending to be pride, I would probably take that a little bit more to be the case, that there might be reusing a voice actor, but they intentionally used a voice that sounded like a kid. Why, if they're reusing voice actors, would they make someone that sounds like a kid? Unless pride was, or at least seemed to be, a kid. Which is really why I was able to point out Salim, because first off, related to Bradley in the first place, we don't know much about him. His character design was like interesting enough not to be like generic looking, but also we don't have basically any other kids in the story. I mean, we have like Alicia, and we have like Mei Chang, and we had Nina, but Nina's dead, and those other two are both girls. Salim is the only child that's a boy that we really know of, is he not? So I don't know. That's just kind of where my suspicion was placed. There's a lot of things, and it just kind of all culminated into making me think Salim was suspicious. And this episode has done a really good job to make me think that maybe that isn't the case. At least Salim does seem kind of like a normal kid, kind of oblivious. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it means then. I don't know why we're getting so much focus on the Führer's son if he's just a disposable character that's something's gonna happen to him. I don't know. He's gonna play some bigger role in all of it. He has to. But now I'm just a little bit more confused on what that might be. Putting that aside, we see Scar and somebody with a hood on. Maybe it's Marco, or maybe it's the other guy that I don't know his name, the guy that doesn't like Edward. Maybe they're heading out west, and Mei Chang and the other one is heading up north. I don't really know how that works, because Kimberly's tracking Scar, thinks he's going west, but Mei Chang's going north. And Edward is going north as well. And they're going to go meet up with Major Armstrong, I believe was the title. The military ranks still confuse me. There's like Sergeant General and Major and all of this. It's different. But I think he said Major Armstrong. And I can only assume that's probably the person in the opening, because we saw like a focus on like a long-haired blonde woman up north and all the snowy mountains and stuff. I'm really excited to meet that character, because that will probably be cool. I didn't even question or consider if Armstrong is like the only Armstrong, but more Armstrong is probably a good thing. I'm wondering if she's going to be anything like the Armstrong we know. He acted kind of scared about her. Like, he sent a letter of reference and he said, I don't even know if it'll help. So I don't know what that means. Also, I want to give a shout out to this anime because it's doing something that not a lot of anime do, or even pieces of fiction do. They set up this whole fantasy world, this whole area of Amestris, and you know, we have this big map about them and the countries around them, and we haven't explored all of them yet. But not many pieces of fiction will establish a world map and then explore it very well. So far, we've been out east to Lior, we've been down south to where like the the town is, and that's also where Ed's hometown is. We have Central, of course. We have out west. I don't know if we've been out west very much yet. I can't recall. But I guess we're going there, or at least Scar is going there. And then we're going to be going up north as well. And we even left the eastern border and went over near Xing out in the desert. So it's pretty cool. Like, for those of you that don't know, I am a geographer by career. So I'm a bit weird in the fact that I like studying maps and looking at maps. It's really fun. It's something I enjoy a lot. So it's personally a big highlight that this show is able to establish a map and does a pretty decent job at exploring it. Just had to say that. So who is this sitting next to Scar?
We'll be there soon. Get some sleep.
It's probably Marco, because he wants to be able to protect him, but maybe it's not. I feel like it's trying to lead us to believe it's Marco, but then it won't actually be. Too slow.
See, he managed to escape us again, did he? This is an accurate map of the west area, right?
Yes, sir.
Please show.
This is the spot where he was last sighted. Right here. And West City is there. Scar and Marco disappeared somewhere in between the two places.
Took that road and went north. Or not.
North? Or south?
Probably north. I like to see that Kimberly's not all brawn, and he's brains too. He's not being too impressive yet, but he's gonna catch up to them at some point. After credit scene.
This is the first time we've ever been so far north.
Oh, he's got the red jacket back on.
I wonder if we'll see any snow.
That would be something. I might like to see that. Snow's one thing we never got much of back home.
Not much of an after credits scene, but pretty cool nonetheless. So it seems that everybody is traveling north, like literally almost everybody. It's going to be interesting to see if any of the characters run into each other as soon as they get there or on their way there, because it seems like they're all going from like a different spot. They're traveling from a different starting point. I really am hoping we meet that new character next episode. I guess that's probably what's going to happen once they all get there. I don't know if there's going to be something that's going to happen on the way there that's going to kind of slow things down. Maybe we'll get like a high-speed train battle or something. But either way, I think I talked about mostly what I wanted to talk about this episode. I'm really excited to get back into episode number 33, which we're going to be getting into pretty shortly here. Thank you all so much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you guys the next time around. Take care.